What's going on, everybody? This is Living in Arizona Now, and today we're going to show you the best things to do in Phoenix, Arizona. Let's do it.
That's right, everybody. We've got over 30 things for you to see and do in Phoenix. Timestamps below in the description. Let's do it.
Here we are at the Musical Instrument Museum. Let's go inside.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would we show the Musical Instrument Museum as our top choice? Well, if you've never been to this museum, you probably have no idea how great this museum is. It is a world-class museum. It's one of the best museums in the country for culture and music. Ticket prices are $20 for adults. Now here we are at the Hole in the Rock here in Papago Park. This is a really cool, easy hike. It takes about 5 minutes to get up there, and once you get up there, you get great views of downtown Phoenix. And down below you have Papago Park, which incorporates hiking and some ponds. Some people like to do fishing here, but really cool place. They also have Governor Hunt's tomb at the top of the mountain, where you get awesome views of Phoenix again, and you can see some mountain goats out there on the hills. Down below is going to be the Phoenix Zoo. So if you haven't been to the Phoenix Zoo, I would definitely recommend checking it out in spring or fall. It can be a bit hot in the summertime. Obviously, this is Phoenix, Arizona. And another place nearby is the Botanical Garden. This is a cool place to check out. They've also got the Chihuly, glass, lots of different native and local plant life. Now we're gonna head down towards South Mountain. This here is the Mystery Castle. It's $10 for adults. Children are $5. It's open Thursday through Sunday. It's not always open, and it's open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So plan accordingly. Now we're headed over to downtown Tempe. We're gonna walk around Mill Avenue and show you what's going on down here.
You can rub the ears of the bunny and pet the tummy.
Downtown Tempe is right next to the area where Arizona State University is, so it attracts more of a younger crowd, but they also get some weekend farmers markets and other sort of cultural events, as well as night markets.
Now here we are at Mill Avenue.
And Mill Avenue actually gets its name after the flour mill. It's right next to the Salt River, so this was a main artery of the development of Tempe and Phoenix Metro. About 100 years ago, this was a lot different, but Mill Avenue now is just a party place and a place where they do markets.
Yeah, so here we are now at Tempe Town Lake.
Tempe Town Lake is like a beach park. You can take a beach cruiser around here. You can get a moped, also go out on the water with a sailboat or some of these other watercraft. So definitely a cool place to hang out and also get a sunset from this spot. Really cool on both sides of the lake. So now we're gonna go check out Tempe Marketplace. This is another mall, but it's an outdoor one. So Phoenix Metro is known for its malls because it's so hot, especially the indoor ones, but the outdoor experience is something you get to enjoy during the winter and the fall and spring. Plenty of restaurants and shopping. They've also got movie theaters. So come on out here to Tempe Marketplace. Now we're actually going to head over to downtown Phoenix. So downtown Phoenix is where you can watch the Diamondbacks play. The Phoenix Suns also play down here in downtown. They have the convention center, and they have plenty of restaurants. You get concerts over here. This is like the main area of Phoenix, as most downtowns are. It's developing and coming along. The light rail is also connected to Tempe, so that ride would take around 20 to 30 minutes, just depending on traffic, I guess, because the light rail actually runs right through the roads in Phoenix. Downtown Phoenix, you can see, it's a hot place in the summertime. I'll tell you what, it's like a ghost town down here. I would actually take Tempe's downtown over Phoenix downtown, honestly. But still, it's worth it to come down here for the sports games, as well as the museums and some restaurants, especially in the evening time.
And if you like history, you can come down here to the Heritage Square area, where we've got the Phoenix Museum of History and the Arizona Science Center. Let's go take a look.
So the Heritage Square is just basically what old Phoenix used to look like. I'm not going to say it's the most amazing experience, but it's worth checking out so you can see what old Phoenix would have felt like. One of those buildings worth checking out is the Rosson House. Now, one thing about old Phoenix, it's a lot more green. So they've planted trees that have been here for a long time, so you'll see a lot of green trees. They turned the desert into kind of like a forest, which is quite impressive. If you look at old pictures of Phoenix, you can see it was just a barren desert. So for the people who came in to actually plant the trees that still exist today, it's quite amazing.
All right, so we're going to explore the Arizona Science Center.
Tickets for the Arizona Science Center range anywhere between $13 to $18. This is a great place to bring kids. As adults, you know, you're going to walk around and feel like you're going to learn a thing or two also while you're here, but I would say this is a place to get the kids really thinking. So if you're looking for something like that to do on a hot day, come on down here to the Arizona Science Center. Downtown Phoenix also has the Phoenix Art Museum, so if you're an art collector or someone who's into arts, you got to come down here and check out the Phoenix Art Museum. I would say it's one of the top museums in Phoenix Metro. Cool for people who are looking to hang out around other artists and just get a good vibe. I would say spending a couple hours here on a weekend. Another thing that people enjoy doing in downtown Phoenix and across other parts of downtown in Arizona is ride scooters. So you can easily download the Uber app, which has Lime, or Lyft also has their version. I think Bird and Lime are the main scooters, those apps. Another way to get around is in a driverless car like a Waymo. These are basically like car robots. They drive themselves. They're cheaper than Uber, and you would download the Waymo app. It's not everywhere. I don't think they drive on freeways, but if you want to get around parts of downtown Phoenix or Tempe, you can easily get around in a Waymo.
Yeah, so we're in a Waymo right now. This is a driverless vehicle. You can see no one is driving the car except for the computer. And we're just cruising down Central, or 2nd Street here in downtown Phoenix.
I really feel like this is a bit of a space age experience. I mean, for me, getting in the car with one of these the first time was a bit intimidating for sure. But it does get a little herky-jerky, but nothing too bad. It's just overly cautious. It doesn't want to hit anyone. And because it's not using human consciousness, when someone's trying to cross the road, it's a little bit hesitant. But really, it seems safe. I can't remember the last time I heard of one of these getting into an accident. Anyways, we took one of these from Madison Street all the way up to Roosevelt Row. Took about 5 minutes and cost maybe like $8. So here we are at Roosevelt Row. This is an area that's kind of up and coming. At times you think it's going to be the next hot spot in downtown, and then it cools down. They shut off portions of it. Hopefully Roosevelt Row can continue to develop and pick up its vibe. They have been building new apartments and condos nearby. Also, Arizona State University has a satellite campus here. You get the feeling that Phoenix really wants Roosevelt Row to be a hot spot. It just hasn't quite caught on to the level that it should. I would say that it's good to support a place like this. It'd be nice to see some of the restaurants actually stick and stay around, because it seems like the turnover down here is quite high. But also there's a bit of problems, I believe, with crime in this area. Although sooner or later, Roosevelt Row is going to be the spot to be, I believe. They're coming along as they continue to develop with the university, and they're building the condos and apartments here. Also, you can see they do night markets, so it does light up at night occasionally. You've got the Phoenix Suns, you've got the Arizona State Sun Devils, you've got the Arizona Cardinals, the baseball team, the Diamondbacks. If you've never been to any of these sports games, definitely get out here and support the home team. I would say that's one of the best things about Phoenix is when we rally around our local teams, whether it be the Diamondbacks, the Suns, or the Cardinals. Hopefully we can get far this year in the playoffs with the Cardinals or the Diamondbacks. And what would a things to do in Phoenix video be without talking about golfing? Golfing has always been a popular sport here in Arizona, with nearly 200 golf courses in the Phoenix City area.
So as with many of these courses in Phoenix metro area, you're going to be right up next to a road occasionally. So when you're busting out the big guns, the driver right here, you don't want to shank it. But you know, they only give you so much wiggle room, right? So I'm going to try straight for that palm tree out there. Let's see how I do.
From about October until May, you can golf pretty much all throughout the day. But when summertime hits, you'll probably want to set those tee times for about 5 in the morning, because after about 10 o'clock a.m. it starts to get real hot. Consider downloading Golf now if you want to get a tee time and see what's available. Alright, now let's talk about food in the Phoenix area. So lots and lots of Mexican food. Tacos, burritos, chimichangas. You've also got plenty of Western breakfast, places like Cracker Barrel and some of the local restaurants. It seems like people like to eat sandwiches here in Phoenix, especially for lunch. And then you've got international cuisine, you've got barbecue, sushi, you know, all types of different international cuisines across Phoenix. You can find it. As you can see, the Korean barbecue, you've got Vietnamese food here, with the pho, so that's really good. And of course, all types of different Asian cuisines, including plenty of Indian food options. Just depends on what you're into, including dim sum.
Here we are now at the Penske Racing Museum.
This here is located in North Scottsdale, and I didn't pay an admission to get in here, but around here you're going to see lots of high-end vehicle dealerships. Also, the Penske Museum. You can go around. There's also a top level. Out here in Scottsdale, there's another area you can check out around the Penske. This is Kierlands Commons, another outdoor shopping experience. Thankfully, they also have misters around here. You'll see at Tesla Motors. Both sides of Scottsdale Road have a shopping and entertainment area. Scottsdale is also known for having plenty of casinos, in particular Talking Stick. They also have casinos across the Phoenix metro area on Native American reservations. Now here we are at Camelback Mountain. So if you love hiking, you've got to do the Camelback Mountain hike. It can get hot up here, so definitely bring a lot of water. I would actually say during the summertime, completely avoid Camelback Mountain. In fact, if you do hiking across anywhere in Phoenix, I would say don't do it in the summertime, just way too hot. Always bring enough water and pay attention to warning signs. The people who do go out hiking, they seem to be doing it in the morning time or maybe in the evening, but like I said, it's just too hot, and don't do any strenuous hikes. There's another hike out here called the South Mountain Hike. There's lots of trails in this preserve area in South Mountain. So between Camelback Mountain, South Mountain Preserve, these are really great hiking areas, probably from around October until May. Again, I'm not joking around. Make sure you take water and electrolytes. But on a positive note, South Mountain Preserve, really cool views up here of Phoenix as well. Now, something people like to do, horseback riding. So you can do horseback riding in areas like North Phoenix, around Cave Creek, New River. You can contact the stables up there. They have some corrals. They also have them out in Fountain Hills. So just go on Google Maps, type in horseback riding and see what comes up. But you can get out there on a horseback and pretend like you're in a country western film or something. I know some of you are curious about the creepy crawlers that are out there in the desert. Yes, they exist. Rattlesnakes, Gila monsters. You'll see some bobcats and mountain lions as well occasionally, although rare. Really in the summertime is when most of those creepy crawlies are out. And don't forget about biking, whether you're biking along the canals or headed out into some of the preserves and doing some off-road mountain biking. That seems popular. If you're coming from out of state, you can actually rent bikes and go riding. So that's good. One of the popular areas to go biking is around the Arizona Falls. This is actually a canal system that connects all the way to downtown Scottsdale area around Fashion Square. So you can ride the bike all the way down from there to the Arizona Falls. This is an old historical place that's now turned into kind of a hydraulic power plant kind of area. But either way, cool spot to just stop while you're in the Arcadia, Scottsdale region. The water for these canals actually comes from the Salt River on this side of Phoenix. Now let's talk about rooftop bars. So I would say downtown Phoenix and Tempe are the places to be for the rooftop bars. These are becoming more and more popular. They're even popping up in Scottsdale. So if you guys like rooftop bars, continue to go to these so that they get the idea that we need more rooftop bars in the Phoenix metro area. Now let's talk about rodeos. So rodeo actually began here in Arizona, believe it or not, out in Payson. Prescott also, they consider this like the home of the rodeo. And Cave Creek does rodeos, other parts of Phoenix do rodeos. If you're in town and you want to see one, just check out on Google, when's the next rodeo coming to Phoenix metro area? And maybe you can actually get out there and check out a rodeo for yourself. Now let's talk about nightlife. So I would say downtown Phoenix, Tempe, and downtown Scottsdale in particular, around the area where the W Hotel is. That's probably the best nightlife you'll experience in Phoenix Metro as of right now. Also get some good nightlife in Glendale around the stadium. And if you're looking for some outdoor activities that are nearby and outside the city, check out Salt River. So you can do kayaking, you can get out on a canoe, do some Salt River tubing. But the Salt River is out there around the Red Mountain area of Mesa. So definitely don't skip the Salt River, especially in the summertime. Nothing better than being out in the water. In the Salt River recreation area, they have wild horses. They also have camping. People come out here to do some hiking. So fishing is another thing. stand-up paddleboarding. I would just say, come on out here in the spring, summertime even, and just get out there on the water. Now we're actually going to talk about rock climbing. So rock climbing around Arizona is very popular. There's so many places, but if you're looking to do some of that around here in Phoenix, the east side of the valley probably has it the best, in particular around the Salt River. Maybe heading out towards the Superstitions, you can find some people who are teaching courses and classes. Also, something that people like to do in Phoenix area is get out there in the desert and do off-roading. So off-roading in the Superstition Mountains, people go to the White Tanks, they go up towards the north part of Phoenix and the New River and the Bloody Basin area. There's also Sheep's Crossing. You can also go onto our channel. We've done tons of off-roading videos where we can show you around the best places to off-road. Heading out to some of these dams like Horseshoe Dam, there's Bartlett Lake Dam, Saguaro Lake Dam, Canyon Lake, Apache Lake. So many different places people like to go off-roading, and we have so many lakes here, reservoirs, because of the way we get our drinking and potable water from these river systems. So coming out here to some of these dams is really cool. One of my favorite areas to explore out here is the Apache Trail. You can actually do the road trip. It starts down there in Apache Junction, goes all the way up towards Roosevelt Lake, and along the way you're going to pass Tortilla Flats, some of the lakes, and go up into the Salt River Canyon area. Really nice.
Yeah, so I'm here in front of the Mattel theme park they're building here in Glendale next to the Arizona Cardinals Stadium. It's not completed. They say it's going to be ready within a year or two. It's running a little bit delayed, but you can see the roller coasters and the structures are taking shape. So that will be something you can come out here to Glendale and do over on the west side next to the Arizona Cardinals Stadium.
It was scheduled to be open by 2024, but now they're saying late 2025. But either way, we're all excited for it. Out here in Glendale, you can stop by WestGate. This is where they have the arena. The Coyotes used to play here. Now they do concerts. Also, the Cardinals play out here. And it's an entertainment area out here in WestGate, another outdoor area. Head out to Queen Creek. Check out Shnepf Farms. They do events and activities here. Also in Queen Creek, they have the Olive Mill. This is a cool place to hang out. They've got kind of like a farmer's market. So Queen Creek is quickly becoming one of Phoenix Metro's best areas. They're building lots of cool stuff out here, including a water park and other theme parks. So don't sleep on Queen Creek. While out in Southeast Phoenix, you can actually go to Mesa to the Arizona Museum of Natural History. It's an old classic museum out here in Mesa. It's got the Tyrannosaurus Rex right there on the front of the building, but inside it's got cool exhibits. Again, a great place to get the kids thinking about natural history.
Here we are now at the Arizona BoardWalk.
So here at Arizona BoardWalk, you have a lot of different activities and events. You've got Ripley's, UFO, Laser, Mirror Maze, Museum of Illusions. Also, you've got the Butterfly Garden, which you can actually walk around this cool place. And then also you can combo that with the Odysea Aquarium. So believe it or not, out here in the desert, they've brought the ocean. You've got turtles, you've got sharks. They've got the coolest bathroom in the country, aquarium, views from inside the bathroom. That's kind of wild. So come out here to the Odysea Aquarium if you want to check out the aquarium. Here in the desert, $41.95 for adults and $31.95 for children 2 to 12.
Now this is something fun to do, TopGolf.
This is a great activity to do with friends, family. It doesn't matter who you are. They have a lot of different games that you can play with golf. Even if you're a beginner, it can be fun. This out here in Talking Stick area around the aquarium. So come on out here to TopGolf. They have one in Glendale. They have one in Gilbert. So lots of TopGolfs around Phoenix area. And also out here in the Talking Stick area, they've built a nice hotel called Great Wolf Lodge, which is basically a water park and a hotel combined. So this could be a cool place for you to stay while you're in Scottsdale. Also check out the Fashion Square Mall, which is considered the best mall in Phoenix by many. That alongside the Arizona Mills Mall in Tempe. But here's Fashion Square. Also, when you're in the Scottsdale area, come on down here to Old Town Scottsdale. Walk around. This area keeps getting better and better with time. So if you haven't been here for a few years, check out the Old Town Scottsdale area. There's also an area called the Green Belt here in Scottsdale. It basically connects from Scottsdale all the way down to Tempe. So you can walk, ride a bike, do some exercise along the Greenbelt. Anyway, guys, that's going to conclude this episode of Best Things to Do in Phoenix. If you loved it, smash up the likes and watch some more videos. We'll show you some off-roading next, as well as best weekend getaways. See you over there.